Hey guys, what's going on? This is Tom with the Strength Agenda, talking a little bit of DIY to make your posterior chain stronger. Here at the Strength Agenda, we use a lot of variations of the deadlift. We do kettlebell swings, Ukrainian deadlifts, we use a lot of the reverse hyper, a lot of RDLs, all sorts of different variations to make that posterior chain and that back stronger. Because a stronger posterior chain is a stronger athlete, and that's what we're after here. The only problem we have is our kettlebell selection has not gotten the job done with our athletes. They've outgrown the heaviest kettlebell we have, which is a 102-pound kettlebell. So instead of buying heavier kettlebells, I started looking for options to make a loadable kettlebell, if you would, and everything I was finding online was upwards of $80, $90, $100+ So I did a little research, went over to the local hardware store, and I was able to come up with a very good solution for about $30. I wanted to share that with you today. So for those of you who have watched any of the older throwing videos, you notice there's a little implement called the Hungarian Core Blaster, and essentially that's what we're building here today. We've used it a couple times now. It works really great. It's loadable. You can load it up to as heavy as you want, or you don't have to load it up as much. You can make it lighter for the kids, and it's a little bit taller, so it has multiple uses that will be beneficial to you and your athletes. But I'm just going to go through all the equipment that you need and how easy it is to assemble one. First off, go to any local hardware store that sells plumbing pipe. I just went over to a Home Depot, got everything for about $30, and what I got was, I just got a galvanized 24-inch by 1-inch steel pipe. I got a little bit of a T-connection, again galvanized. You can get this stuff powder coated. The only problem I have with the powder coated is it leaves like a black film on your hands. So we have in our gym, we have 3 pull-up bars that are also just galvanized pipe that we had cut and mounted to the wall with our pull-up system. So it works really well. Once you get a little bit of chalk on there, the grip is phenomenal on there. So my recommendation is just go with the plain galvanized. You don't have to get the powder coated stuff. But again, we have a little bit of a T-connection, and then these are 5-inch by 1-inch galvanized pipe sections, and then the bottom is just going to be your standard 1-inch flange. On the T section, make sure you pay attention when you purchase these, because I almost made the mistake, and my wife pointed out to me. Some of them at the middle juncture, they have a reducing end. So I originally grabbed the 1-inch section that reduced down to a 3/4-inch pipe. It's not going to fit this, so make sure you get the 1-inch section and not the reducing section. So assembly for this is ridiculously easy. How it's going to go, you're going to take the flange and you're just going to screw it on to one end of the pipe. Also, make sure when you're at the hardware store that you take off the caps and make sure they're threaded. We bought a couple pieces of pipe that had some weird threads on there because we didn't check underneath the caps before we left. Got it home, wasn't what we needed, so we had to go back, okay? Plain and simple, it sets up like so. Then you're going to take your handle, you're just going to screw each of these into the handles. Now, the length of the handle is going to be up to you. They sell pieces of pipe from 2 inches all the way up to I think about 8 inches before it starts going by the foot, 2 foot, 3 foot, etc. I wanted something that was long enough to get your whole hand around, but not short enough that the threading was cutting into your hand. I couldn't find any pieces that didn't have any threading, so that wasn't an option. So this is the 5-inch section, and as you can see, I can get my hand pretty much all over the smooth part, and not too much of my hand is on that threading, so when I'm doing heavy lifts and swings and stuff, it should not be cutting into the skin. So here is your handle. How to load this thing. It is ridiculously easy. Again, make sure everything is tight on here because you don't want this coming apart while you're working on it. So you just take your standard Olympic plate, place it right on over. And if you don't want to use Olympic plates, like if you're trying to do swings or something like that, you can use change plates as well. Slide that right on over and it loads up. You'll then just take your handle and slide it over the top, all right? You now have a loadable swinging mechanism, mechanical, whatever, and you can do a ton of things with this. Primarily in the gym, what this is going to be used for us, we're going to do heavy kettlebell swings, Russian style, with change plates loaded on this. We have all this extra room to put as many plates on there as we want, and then we're going to also be using this a lot for heavy Ukrainian deadlifts. We do each of these movements about once a week. Or once every other week, because they're phenomenal for building that posterior chain and that back, okay? Like I said, this costs about $30 to make. I got 2 of them for the gym. I highly recommend that if you need something like this, go to the hardware store and get this piping and get yourself one made, all right? If you guys have any other questions, comments, concerns, please comment below or message us at Facebook. Go to @The Strength Agenda on Instagram. or email us at tom@thestrengthagenda. We'd be more than happy to help you guys get what you need to make sure your athletes are getting as strong as possible. Until next time, take care, guys.